General Ahmed Sharif, thank you very much for joining us in this interview. Let me begin where it ended. Do you think this ceasefire would hold?
Pakistan Armed Forces are a professional for our armed forces, and we adhere to the commitments that we make. And we follow in letter and spirit the instructions of the political government and the commitments that they hold. So, as far as Pakistan Army is concerned, Pakistan Armed Forces is concerned, the ceasefire will hold, is holding. And there have been confidence building measures in communications between both the sides. However, if any violation occurs, our response is always there and then, but it is only directed at those posts and those positions from where the violations of the ceasefire happen. We never target the civilians, we never target any civilian infrastructure. That's the way we are. So our message is clear. We are for peace. We strive for peace, but if any violation is occurred, any aggression is made against Pakistan, and then our response will be very assured, will be swift, it will be improved.
India is clearly not interested in restoring the Indus Waters Treaty. And Pakistan described it as an act of war, as an army. What your role would be here?
I think the government of Pakistan has made it absolutely clear. There's nothing more for the army to say. I can only say that it is some madman who can think that he can stop water of 240 million plus people of this country. Dare not, cannot.
And what, as an army, what an action you would take in order to make this not happen?
You will explain those actions? I hope that time doesn't come, but it will be such actions that the world will see, and the consequences of that may be felt for years and decades to come. Nobody dare stop water of Pakistan.
What is difference in 2025 conflict from the previous conflicts with India? What's new in this conflict?
I think first thing that is new is that it was, as far as the Indians are concerned, they built this conflict on pack of lies. And starting from the Pahalgam incident, post that, if you see, not a shred of evidence, not to date. 2-3 days ago, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has categorically come and stated that the investigations of the Pahalgam are still going on. So, an aggression, blatant aggression against the children, against the innocent citizens of Pakistan, women, elderly, destruction of mosques, desecration of Holy Quran. On what? On sheer allegations backed up by nothing. So first, it is based on pack of lies. Secondly, from the Indian perspective, I think there was more theater involved here in it, and fake news and propaganda, the way that dominated the Indian action, that is flabbergasted, because we don't see in professional armies and responsible countries to create the sort of warmongering and hysteria that was created before 6 and 7. I don't think the world has ever seen any country which claims itself at one hand to be Vishwa Guru, thumping chest on their media and their government, thumping chest and feeling proud that they have killed children and women. This is horrendous. This mindset that is being exhibited here by the Indian society, and particularly the political elite, I think this is something new. This is something that the world needs to see very carefully. And then putting out false claims as if the whole of the world and the people around them are just not seeing anything and they are stupid. That we have taken over Islamabad, that the Karachi port is burning, that we have taken out aircraft, hiding behind lies even till today, that their aircraft have been shot down, not recognizing them, not acknowledging their dead ones, not acknowledging the people who have fallen in line of India, not even acknowledging them. So this hubristic mindset, this thing that you can cut off the public from the truth in today's world, where each projectile, each UAV, each aircraft leaves a digital signature. I think it is so the reckless behavior that the Indians showed firing missiles and firing projectiles into their own territory in the areas of the Indian Punjab where the Sikh community is living. And so that is, I think, something which is absolutely new. That this sort of mindset is prevailing. Which I don't know from where this overconfidence comes and this self-entitlement comes that you can get away with everything. This is at the peril of 1.6 billion people of this region and, and beyond. So this is something new.
In terms of warfare, what's new, you think?
In terms of warfare, you saw that, as I've already alluded, that it is that you mix your ground actions with so much fake news and so much disinformation and propaganda that it is difficult for people to understand that what is real and what is wrong. Even once the conflict has actually ended over there, has actually ended underground, still you see so much nonsense coming out from the and so that is something which is new. And as far as the conventional war is concerned, as well as the exchanges that occurred on there, I think what's new is that the Indians thought that based on their conventional forces, based on the conventional power, they can worse in the Pakistan. And so, alhamdulillah, Pakistan showed very clearly that only a partial response from us. Because we must understand that what the Pakistan armed forces have responded so far in this conflict, it is just one part of the conventional forces. Indian wanted that there needs to that through the escalation on the eastern border, our forces were involved in counter-terrorism against the Indian proxies, the terrorist proxies that the Indians have mounted on Pakistan for decades. That there is a pull occurred on those forces and they go out towards the eastern front. And not a single soldier was pulled. So only through the partial application of forces and some part of our niche technologies, we have given a response that forced the Indian to this de-escalation. So new is that the Indians and I think the world at large have understood don't underestimate the resolve of the people of Pakistan and its armed forces, and don't think that remain in any confusion about it. And we are ready, and we will defend our territorial integrity and defense and sovereignty at all costs.
Can you confirm the figure that the Prime Minister said yesterday? 6 aeroplanes, Indian aeroplanes, were downed?
Yes, I can confirm that the 6th aircraft is a Mirage 2000. So we have because we don't make our claims based on without evidence. So once we have the confirmed evidence, we checked it, rechecked it, reconfirmed it. So then we came officially out yesterday. The Prime Minister of Pakistan claimed it, and told that the 6 aircraft were down on the and have been downed. And I can confirm that the make and type, that's a Mirage 2000.
Russia is a friendly country. Its weapons being used during this conflict, is it a matter of concern to you?
This is another aspect, I think, where the Indians have shown that how unhinged they have behaved in this. Certain friendly countries, certain countries have provided weapons to us. They are going for boycott and over there. So the Russian weapons, the French aircraft that they had, they all are very fine weapons, very good systems. It's more important is the important question here is who uses them and how they use it. So if we start going against the countries of the world on the basis of that you provide this thing to him and this thing to that, I think this mindset is something that shouldn't be encouraged, because the technologies and these they are pervasive, they are everywhere. We are living in a very connected world. There is international trade of technology also, of arms also, and so many things. So we don't see it. I think we should not be seeing it in these terms, and we should not be making our interstate relations based on this. However, we have very astute diplomatic corps, and they are the one who take the calls and shots on this. As an army person, I am more concerned is who is firing and how is firing, or who is using the weapon and how is using the weapon. That's my main concern.
Pakistan being acquiring the JF-35, the Chinese stealth jet, at what stage it is, when it might be, it might enter the service or be at Pakistan's process?
So development strategy of Pakistan Armed Forces is an evolving thing, and we keep on striving for and going for new technologies. I'm not in a position to say that what and when what we will be, because that's part of the our development strategy. So I will not at all comment on that. But I can confirm you that the Pakistan Army, is very in a very professional manner, keeps on evaluating its responses and vis-a-vis what the adversaries have, and we keep on improving upon them as per the requirement of the battlefield.
Moving to that night, that early morning when the United States has intervened, uh, uh, there were, according to the United States, alarming intelligence that prompt them to interfere.
Let me first say, and I will repeat it, I've said it before also, that we understand that a military conflict between two rival nuclear states is sheer stupidity. It is an absurd idea, and it is inconceivable. And that's what the world also understands. All the saner voices, all the mature countries, all the bigger countries, they understand it very well. I don't have the specifics of, because of the how the diplomatic and very hectic diplomatic exchanges that were going on, because that's where the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is privy to that, and they are it's what they can only comment on that. I can tell you that as during this whole conflict, this military conflict, Mark I have, the escalation control was with Pakistan. And Pakistan, despite the reckless, very aggressive, and very, I would say, immature behavior, and the way the Indians were going on right from 22nd of May of post Pahalgam, Pakistan acted in a very responsible manner. If you see, on the night of 6th and 7th May, once they blatantly violated Pakistan territory and they attacked the innocent civilians, they hit the mosques in Pakistan. The Pakistan Air Force and the Pakistan Armed Forces reacted back in a very responsible manner. We only targeted and hit the aircraft, those aircraft which were part and which were used to hit the civilian infrastructure and in the civilians, including the children. We could have taken out more, but we showed restraint. They then went into further frenzy, domestically and internationally. More chest thumping. And then they started sending these swarm drones. We neutralized them. We took them out. They fired a missile, a projectile into Pakistan. We took it out. So we were behaving very, very in a responsible manner, maintaining the escalation. And once, on 10th of May, we responded. And before the 10th of May, before our response, they fired multiple missiles at our bases. They were trying to send a message to Pakistan that don't go for your retribution. They thought that they can unilaterally come, they can kill the innocent civilians, children, women. 22 women and children of Pakistan are dead. They have embraced Shahada to this reckless aggression. And they thought that Pakistan will not respond, and they send missiles on our bases. What they were trying to tell us, they were trying to deter us, forgetting that you can only deter who can be deterred. Pakistani nation, the people of Pakistan and its armed forces has never and will never bow down to coercion and aggression and Indian hegemony. Absolutely, we were clear on that. So we responded on the morning of 10th May with the will of Allah. Bunyanun Basus. It was a measured, calibrated, proportional response. It was not the full application of our conventional forces. It was a partial response. We selected 26 targets, we hit 26 targets. The world saw it, the Indians saw it. And then it was the Indian defense spokesperson who came publicly on the morning of 10th of May and said that we asked for de-escalation if Pakistan is ready. So of course we are a peace-loving country. We prefer peace. So that's how we were the one who were controlling the escalation. And the international community was watching it very carefully. The rational behavior, the very just behavior of Pakistan, and also the recklessness, the aggression, the cruelty that the Indians were exhibiting, the chest thumping that they were doing, the fake propaganda that they were spewing, the hate and the warmongering that is still continuing to go on.
Some of the satellite images show damage in some of Pakistan air bases, especially the one in Rahim Yar Khan. Can you tell us in terms of numbers, what were Pakistan Army's losses in this conflict?
So another thing that you must have seen, that the Pakistan Armed Forces and the Pakistan as a state has been very transparent about this conflict. And that comes from our culture and the ethos that the Pakistan Armed Forces follow. We have been facing the war on terror for 2 decades, more than 2 decades, because of the Indian-sponsored terrorism. We have never hid our losses. I can give you a very clear figure. Since January 2024, there have been 3,700 terror incidents in Pakistan. We don't hide them. There have been, I think, more than 2,500 Pakistanis who have been maimed for life, lost their limbs. We don't hide them. There are more than 1,300 of the civilians and soldiers who have lost their lives, Shaheed. We don't hide. We are a battle-hardened army and a battle-hardened. So, if you saw this conflict from the day one, on 6th and 7th night there were these ghastly attacks. On 7th morning, the media and international media, we took ourselves to all these so-called alleged terror camps everywhere. Murid ke, Bahawalpur, Muzaffarabad, everywhere. And we showed the media, you tell us where are those terror camps. You tell us that are these the mosques, are these the seminaries where the students and the women, and are these not civilian houses that were hit? Similarly, we have come very clear. We have counted our Shaheeds. We are mourning them. We are remembering them. We are honoring them. 40 of our civilians of Pakistan have lost lives. 22 of them are women and children. We have lost 12 brave soldiers of Pakistan from Pakistan Air Force and Pakistan Army. We have declared each and every loss. Once the Indians fired the missiles on Pakistan the night of 9th and 10th, the one you are alluding, I personally came immediately on national television and I declared, rather than hiding anything, that Indians have done yet another aggression. They have fired missiles RRPF bases. We named those bases. And after, interestingly, once they have got the message, they have got our just swift retribution on the morning of 10th May, and once they were running around and asking everyone to de-escalate and asking that we should go on a ceasefire, at that time, in the coward manner, in the character that the Indian armed forces have, they fired yet another salvo at the Bulari and Jakbapad, those bases. Why? Because they have understood, they have understood that how much heavy damage they have taken, and they wanted for their public to tell, okay, that we have also scored something. That was what they were trying to do. At the same time, while they were trying, they were saying that we want to talk. So we never hid it. We lost our squad leader in that attack. The only damage that has occurred, not the specific damage, and I've already said it, yes, the damage has occurred to infrastructure. And such damages in military conflict, in wars, are supposed to be taken and absorbed. All these bases, there are protocols, there are methods, there are ways through which Pakistan Air Force immediately sets these bases operational. They are all operational. There was one minor damage to one aircraft that is being repaired and it will be in operational. Actually, what the Indians, by creating this high post this conflict about these damages, is they want to divert the attention from the embarrassment that they have suffered. We hit them, we targeted at those 26 places. We targeted their very prized air defense assets. We took down their 6 aircrafts. We took down their niche technologies. They thought that they had very good air defense. We hit them right where this air defense system was. So, whatever comes from the Indian propaganda and their Indian side, we have stopped giving it much attention. Because a media, a country which can fabricate lies minute after minute, which can claim anything, which in a time of conflict shuts down thousands and thousands of websites, Twitter accounts and social media pages, which ask the world not to report about India, which gets sensitive on that if some country has at some time sent us some weaponry that we have bought and we are using, on that it start getting jumping and start acting like it in a childish, amateurish manner. I don't think that countries can be taken seriously on many accounts.
How do you evaluate Saudi Arabia, United States, and China's role in reaching this ceasefire?
You see, the role, the very positive and the wonderful role that the great powers of this world have played, USA, China, Saudi Arabia, and others. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is the best one to comment on. As far as Saudi Arabia is concerned, from the our audience and perspective, I can say that we, the people of Pakistan, have great respect. There is the bond between the people of Pakistan and the Saudi and the Gulf region is very strong. And we in the armed forces have very close bond with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this is a relationship that is based on respect, that is based on brotherhood, great admiration of the leadership of His Royal Highness, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, that is here in Pakistan. And yes, Saudis are our brothers forever. And that's the way and how the Saudis and our other friends acted. This is how the brothers act. So, and I think also, as I said earlier, the world knew that Pakistan is fighting a very just war. And who is that right and who is that wrong? It was absolutely clear as the sun is, that we have been wronged. We are on the right. There was no evidence. We were asking if there is evidence, put it in front of a neutral transparent commission. There was blatant aggression. This is something that the world felt and he was in feeling to pay.
General Ahmed Sharif, thank you very much for your time.